I'm going to be working on replacing the garage door spring. The left side one is good, the right side one is gone. I got the new ones from my garage door parts. They didn't have the same model that I ordered, so they sent me a replacement. Looks like somewhat more heavier duty. But we'll see. Since mine is jack shaft, let's take a look. Right there. It's a jack shaft, so I have to loosen, and I hope I can pull it far enough. There's plenty of space over there, so I should be able to pull the whole rod out and then get those the drum and the springs out. So hopefully it doesn't take more than an hour. We'll see. Here's the first step before we start working on replacing the string. Is using a locking plier to lock just above one of the rollers, so that way when we tension the springs, the door doesn't just start going up. So that's the first step. Let's move on to the second. Start unwinding the spring. To do that, we need a couple of winding bars, spring winding bars, and a 3/8" ratchet, and also sometimes I don't have enough space on the other side, so you can use an adjustable wrench. Make sure you hold on to this tight, and then start loosening it. Remember, this will have a lot of tension. Make sure you have a tight grip on it. That one is done. I'm going to use the same one. This way. And I can hardly feel the tension coming onto my hand. For sure to ratchet. Feel the pressure. Now it's going down. Right there, you can have it pressed right here. Make sure we can unscrew. It's sufficient. And typically they'll have about 30 quarter turns. So I have one down. Here's the next bar. Lift it up slightly. Go back. 2, 3. And I'm going to stop now because it's going to be another 27 turns. So it's all done. Only had about 20 winds. I think the last time I did about 5 years ago. I didn't really know. I was actually counting these bars. So that's about 20 turns. The new one, I'm going to set it to 30 and then try it and adjust as needed. So that portion is done. That's broken. I just need to unscrew those set screws and then get the drum out, and also disconnect the jack shaft connection. Then should be able to move on to the installation step. Next step is to remove the set screws for the drum. This one, and then the jack shaft connection. I need to bring, it has hex screws, hex bolts, so I had to bring them up to be able to get a leverage. So once I remove the drum, I should be able to rotate it to, I have already unlatched it, should be able to rotate it to bring it to the top. So for now, just getting the set screw off. That one's loose. It should be loose now. One more. Twist. There. And then I can spin. Get the wire off. Just let it hang. Move this over here. There. And I need to disconnect the other side so I can twist this. Okay, this side is done. Let's go to the other side. Go up to the left side. This one is loose. Almost. There. Okay, now let's see that one spin a little bit more. Now we can spin it. Get the wire off, the cable off, let it hang. This mechanism is there for the jack shaft, just in case if one of the cable is broken or the tension cable is gone, and then it will stop that from trying to have the door. So hang there, and I can get this thing. I don't need to remove this. I'm going to just move the. Now this is loose. I won't be able to move it past here because I have this jack shaft wire, the wire tension device right here. So what I'm going to do is get the jack shaft off and then pull it all the way, or maybe it'd be better if I just take this off for now. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, on to the next step. I'm getting this sensor off, the cable tension sensor off, and set it aside. I'll let it hang here on this. With these two screws right there. I can move this around and should be able to twist it. Should be able to turn this now. It'll still be locked in over there. Okay, on to the next step. I will remove this connection. It's a 9/16. Come out right there, and then the bottom one. I can reach it. Tighten it. Washer, and there's practice. It won't come out. A little crooked here because of this. I don't know why it's installed like this, but there we go. So a little bit of tension because this was just blocking it a little bit, didn't come off cleanly. So we got it. I can get the springs off to that side. So I haven't loosened that one. So this one, last side, a little bit more right here. Let's go this. Keep you all safe here. Anyway, that way. So this one is a plastic, I guess support, but I actually got a steel one with a new one. So I had to make sure I get that in before I put the springs. On to the next step. Okay, now on to disconnecting the jack shaft connection. Now, I gotta pull this. I'm able to twist it now to the right angle. I'm just keeping it at the top. Whatever it works. That should work. And then see if I can do it from here. A little hard. Yeah, there you go. Okay, after this, then I should be able to pull the rod to that side and then get the drum and the spring off, and also insert the new steel bearing. I'll be back. I have gotten the jack shaft removed. It's the one that's using a hex mini 1/4 inch one, so it worked out great. So this is off, and it's able to pull off. And I can come out. It's pretty light. There. Once. One's off. Press it down. And go this way to be able to get this thing off. That's the maximum I can go here. So hopefully I can get the spring out. I don't have any space here. Oh man, I found more space. There you go. Plenty. Alright, on to the other side. Now on to this side. To break, so keep it there, and then walk around the spring. Springs off. I'm trying to get well. I'm missing another thing. This washer needs to come off too. So there's the spring. Let's check it with the new one. The new one is a little longer right here. So I guess that should work. Let's take a look at the new spring. This one is coated with the red color or sprayed with red. So this is the right wound. Goes to the left side, and then the left one goes to the right side. But some people say they look from outside, and this is the right and that's the left. That also works out. And I got the new stainless steel bearing and replace the plastic one over there. There's the plastic one right there. I'm gonna put this one in place, so hopefully it's much smoother ball bearing. And the size wise, I actually ordered the size I wanted. They didn't have it in stock. They said they're gonna send me a better one. So right there. So that's almost a foot longer. Well, about 10 inches. Here's the plastic one. Come on, focus. There, plastic. And here's the stainless steel. This is the ball bearing, so hopefully it's much smoother. Okay, I'm gonna mount it. There. And the next step is to get the springs on board. Here are the two new springs, and let's say the red colored one is the right wound, and then the black colored one is the left one, and the right wound goes to the left side, and then the left one goes to the right side, right? If you look at it here, and you can see this is going right, it's starting like this, right wound, and then this one, if you look at it here, starting left one, you can also identify like that. So that's an easy way to make sure that you're putting the right type on the right side. Let's get the spring on. The right one for the left side. This is pretty heavy. This thing go. There. There. And a little bit. I can pull this all the way through now. And I can also okay. Can move that later. So that step is done. Next is to put the drum on this side and then move on to the right side. And the drum goes this way. This way. All right. Have the drum on. This side is good. Let's go on to the next side. I got both the springs on and the drums as well. I had to tighten the springs right at the center and then move on to the next step, which is mounting the cables to the drum. And once that is done, I can work on winding the spring. I'm going to try 30 quarter turns. Hopefully that should be sufficient, not too much. So we'll see. I was getting close. Finished tightening the springs together with the new stainless steel bearing. The previous one was just a simple nylon wheel. And hopefully this is a lot better. So it's now time to mount the drums on either side and then start tensioning the springs. So now I mounted the drum on this side, secured it with the cable. Now I'm attaching the sensor that senses the tension on the cable. If the cable breaks, this circuit will close and then we'll stop the jack shaft from operating. So finishing this up, step a little bit more, and I can move on to the other side. And then the last one is winding the springs. Alright, on to the next task. Now that the drum has been connected, sensor attached, now it's time to make sure that this doesn't move. Stay slack while I'm working on that one. I don't know. Okay. Next thing. Now on to the next side. Alright, now the cable is louder. Make sure seated properly. Now, make sure it's tight. Let's tighten the set screw. And we are ready to move to the next step. Tensioning the springs. Almost done. And then once it's tight, and then make another, just like a half a turn should be sufficient. So the set screw. There. That's sufficient on that one. This one is easy. There. Should be good. Good enough. A little bit more. Good. That's good. Moving on. Okay, we're back. It's ready to be tightened. Okay. Now I got the winding bars. And I'm going to tighten up first. One. Count. Alright. 2. 3. 4. 5. Leave it there, and I'm going to complete 30, and then I'll be back. Okay, I have 30 quarter turns completed. Tighten the set screw. Enough. We're good. And then it's time to get it off. Make sure hold it tight. Let it go. Now, or the opposite. Lift it, drop, and then slowly release it. Make sure no tension on it there. Now it's holding. Now this one is done. We can move on to the right side. That's the final task. After that, we have to test the door, and then probably have to relearn the closed position and the open position for the jack shaft. Okay, now we are on the right side and start turning. 1 quarter turn, 2, 3, 'Make sure it bottoms out all the way in before you remove that one. 4, 5, and I'm going to complete the rest and be back. Okay, 30 quarter turns complete. Now Time to tighten the set screw. That should be enough. That should be enough. That's enough. Now, time to take it off. Let's see. All done. Done. Okay. Pretty much done. I have to remove those locking pliers. One at the bottom, one at the top. And time to test the garage door. I got the top locking plier out. Bottom one. Done. We're all done. Now to disengage and then lift the door. See how it stays. All done. Smooth. There, at the top, and going down. Perfect.